Aquatics. Today I'm going to do a quick review on Aquatic Foods, different forms of carnivore flake, pellet, and stick foods that I believe you can use for wild betta fish, including, especially I should say, the fish in the Unimaculata complex, the larger bodied wild bettas. So let's start with the actual flake food itself that just came in. So this is the earthworm flakes. Earthworm is not the only ingredient, as you could tell, but earthworm is probably the main ingredient, probably the largest ingredient. You also have salmon fish meal, freeze-dried plankton, freeze-dried krill, brine shrimp, some dried spirulina powder, which is a very common additive to premium and I would say boutique type fish foods. Not necessarily needed in large amounts for carnivore fish, but still beneficial nonetheless and digestible for large carnivores also. Garlic powder, which is great for the immune system. Vitamin C, fish oil, vitamin B1, biotin, and HCl. I'm not exactly sure what the choline HCl is. I'll have to look that up. But for the most part, this is an actual food company I've been thinking about using for quite some time. And this is the earthworm flakes. I've already tried the earthworm flakes, and the female macrostoma loves them. And the flakes seem to sink after about a few minutes. So I was able to see the actual coolie loaches go down and consume also. The next food I'm really excited about using are the Gourmet Blend sticks. Both blackworm, California blackworm, earthworm, and then what they put in there is considered to be a multi-worm sinking stick. Now, for the most part, you could break these sticks in half, but a stick that size is completely fine for a full-grown patati, a full-grown male macrostoma, maybe even a female macrostoma. But a lot of the Unimaculata fish, the Gregat might be a little bit too small to maybe hit one of these sticks full, so you could easily break them in half. I've already done that. Very easy to do so. And it's a combination of earthworms, California blackworms, and what they consider to be a multi-worm stick, which is probably just a combination of those two in one stick. So this seems like a great food for larger carnivore bettas, larger carnivore fish, cichlids, and so on. The next would be the floating pellets, California blackworm floating pellets. Now, I love blackworms as a food source, but I stopped using them a long time ago because of the possibility of introducing pathogens to the setup, and also the possibility of other, let's say, parasites and bacteria that are along with the blackworms and the type of water that blackworms are farmed in. But this company seems to be a pretty good source for dried and pellet form blackworms. And as you can tell, they also have other ingredients that are added to it, including the brine shrimp, krill, plankton, silkworm, which is awesome, fish oil, which I didn't realize there were silkworm added to this, which was a pretty cool, addition to the food itself. The pellets are rather tiny, perfect size for even your smaller wild betta fish and even your fish within the splendens complex. So a nice source. I did notice that it takes a little while for this particular pellet to soften up in water. It does float and stays floating for quite some time. It eventually sinks within about a half hour or so, but it stays hard for a few minutes, which would make it difficult for fish within the splendens complex to basically crush. But in time, they soften up, and that doesn't become an issue. So in my original order, it was just these 3 packs. And then they threw in also this high carry color pellet from Ocean Nutrition. Ocean Nutrition obviously now owns High Carry, so a lot of their products are now still licensed by High Carry, but owned by Ocean Nutrition as far as I know. This was a freebie, came in a box. I ordered all this on eBay, which is where this company is readily found, on eBay. I believe they also have a website. The company is called Aquatic Foods. They specialize in worms, California blackworms, and earthworms. Give them a try for any of your wild bettas carnivores, cichlids, etc. So far, I'm very happy with what I got out of it, but it's only the first day. So let's see how my other bed is once I start bringing the other bedders to this room. The Regat will actually be moved tomorrow, and the Regat are pretty game and will take anything. So I expect them to bang on the blackworm pellets and the flakes. I'll show a video of them doing so. I'm trying not to disturb the male that's in the tank next to me here, but the female still eats readily, as you know. So for the most part, these flakes, sticks, and pellets, I'm pretty excited to use for the future. This is Ron from FunctionBuilt-Aquatics, reviewing aquatic foods. Once again, thank you very much, and please subscribe, guys. See ya.